Welcome back to the Chesapeake Bay, about a mile east of Gibson Island, Maryland. Hi, I'm Ashley Love from T2P TV, and the winner, whoever is at the top of the leaderboard at the end of today, will not only win the Western Hemisphere Championship, but also the 91st edition of the J. Roland Miller Trophy, one of the longest running star regattas in the country. The Miller Series is traditionally sailed much closer to Gibson Island, but we are so far out that even the locals are having trouble figuring out the conditions. We have a relatively slack tide today compared to the past 2 days. General recall. The second attempt at start number 6 is under a U flag. Anyone that's over under a minute will be discarded from this race. All clear. Bow number 3 are Reed Beigel and his son Reed Beigel. They've been sailing together ever since Reed was big enough, Reed Jr. They're sailing for the Patapsco Sailing Association, Lakeshore, Maryland. The Star Class has a cool program called the C program, where they lend boats out to juniors being under 30 years old. So it enabled a couple of teams from Canada to not have to bring a boat across the border into the US for this event. At the first top mark, we have John Lowe and Arthur Anisov. They are tied for second place overall right now with 7 points, 4 points behind our leader, George Szabo. In third place, we have William Swigert sailing with Brian Fetty, who is a World Championship crew winner from 2011, and as a crew finished 7th at the Olympics in the last time it was in the Olympics in 2012. Around 5th place is where the front pack starts to pack into this top mark. Lighter breeze downwind favors Arthur Anisov and crew David Cesar. They rounded 1 length ahead, 1 length behind at the top mark, and probably about 10 lengths ahead this time. having a great race. Bow number 1 is Ross Adams and AJ Brown, representing the Racine Yacht Club. In 4th. Anisov's lead shrinks to about 3 bolt lengths. These two connected at the hip around this very long race course with dropping breeze. John decides to split jibes with them. Still working their way upwind is John McCausland, a world champion from 2013 and a winner of this event from 1998. He grew up crewing for his dad on his Star and cross trains in lasers, so he's used to hiking out. All the way around, these two have been so close, and John is making a last-minute effort to sail a slightly hotter angle, but Arthur has the speed. Arthur Anisov takes race number 6. About 10 seconds left, and Benjamin Sternberg and Will Christensen in bow 30 are caught over the line, but so are a few other boats at the boat end.
30 and 12, that's right, 30 and 12.
With a 4th place in that last race we just had, George Szabo has a 3-point lead over Arthur and 4 points over John Lowe. These are the final tacks into this last final leg, last final race of the event, and George Szabo, bow 32, has the lead. Maybe the real battle will be for 2nd place. John Lowe is in 2nd right now, and Arthur is nowhere to be found. One of our C program boats rounds in 3rd place. It's Derek DeCarteau and Chaz Beek. No changes to report. George Szabo and Guy Avalon round leeward mark in 1st. And setting himself up nicely for a 2nd overall if positions hold, John Lowe. Finding a bit more breeze on this final upwind, Phil Trinter crewing for John Lowe. Get around, George. Phil is a 2-time world champion and is currently serving as the 2nd vice president of the North American Star Class. Winning the 7th and final race of the regatta, that solidifies 2nd place for Phil Trinter and John Lowe overall. And crossing the line in 2nd, George Szabo and Guy Avalon put another feather in their cap. He's won the Worlds, the North Americans many times, the Nationals many times, but this is his 1st Western Hemisphere title. an incredible 3 days of racing due to amazing race committee efforts by everyone in Gibson Island and Tom Duggan as PRO. Thank you so much for joining us. For T2P TV, I'm Ashley Love.